Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well on this Friday, Erev Shabbos. Today is the 112th day of the war in Israel, the 112th day that the hostages are being kept against their will, that soldiers are fighting, that the loved ones of all of these people are worried, and we continue to daven for all of them and for all of Israel. And I would like to point out that we are starting this coming Monday a new WhatsApp group, a daily thought on Tehillim, in which we will, in a brief 5-minute thought shared through the WhatsApp group, discuss and explain a few psukim from Tehillim that we are reciting to make our davening more meaningful and to derive an inspirational idea for every day. If you'd like to join that WhatsApp group and to hear these thoughts and also to be able to share reactions in the WhatsApp group, please join the group, which can be found in the link in the Kesher email or in this Friday email. This Friday, Erev Shabbos Videos of our Torah has 3 sponsors. We'd like to thank Stan Reichgott, who is sponsoring in memory of his brother Irvin Robert Reichgott, Yitzchak Ben Yaakov HaKohen Zechron Levracha, whose yortzeit was observed on Thursday, Tu B'Shvat. His neshama should have an aliyah. And thank you, Stan, for sponsoring. We'd also like to thank Sybil and Steve Levison, who are sponsoring in memory of Steve's mother, Edith Levison, Rachel Bat Yona Zechron Levracha, whose yortzeit will be observed on Sunday. Her neshama should have an aliyah as well, and thank you to Steve and Sybil. And finally, thank you to Devora and Nathaniel Rosenblum, who are sponsoring in honor of the birth of their daughter, Ruth, who was born in Netanya Monday night, and with gratitude to the Young Israel Brookline community, and Devora and Nathaniel, there are so many people here that are so happy for you. We send our love back to you, and Mazel Tov to you. There is a well-known teaching of our sages that we are to walk in the ways of Hashem, to be merciful and kind and gracious and compassionate, just as He is. And that is based on Chazal, connected to a number of psukim in the Torah and Tanakh. But one of the sources comes from this week's parsha in the great song of Az Yashir that the Jewish people sang after the splitting of the sea. Based on the pasuk, Zeh Keli Vanvehu, this is my God. Vanvehu, it's a difficult word that the commentaries in the Chumash discuss and debate. But the Gemara quotes one midrashic interpretation, Va'anvehu, heavy domalo. This is my God, and I will be similar to Him. Mahu chanun v'rachum, afata chanun v'rachum, and just as He is gracious and merciful, compassionate and kind, so too we are supposed to act in such a way. How does the Gemara derive that from the word Va'anvehu? So Rashi comments, Va'anvehu, heavy domalo, v'lashon anvehu, anivahu. Anvehu means anivahu, I and he. Esa atzmi kamoso, ladabek v'drachav, I will try to be like him and to cling to his ways. This, of course, is a midrashic, homiletic interpretation of the word, but it can be connected in a very profound way to its simple meaning as well. The commentaries have 2 main opinions what va'anvehu means, again, in a plain sense way. Many say Va'anvehu comes from Naveh, Nun, Vav, He, which means an abode. And thus the pasuk means, this is my God, and I will make for him an abode, meaning we will build for him a temple. However, we're not always able to build a physical temple. Also, the pasuk is written in the singular that I personally will build him a place to reside. So how does each person individually create a place, a space, a moment in this world where the divine presence descends and resides in this world? And the Gemara seems to be answering it is through acts of chesed, by imitating Hashem. The ways of Hashem are in this world, and thus Hashem is in this world. That every act of chesed is like a miniature Beis Hamikdash that contains the divine presence. There's something holy about every act of chesed. And that is why many people become closer to the Torah, are drawn to the Torah, through acts of chesed, through the love of community. It's not just because it feels good, but in a deeper way. It is because an act of chesed brings holiness into the world. The one performing the act of chesed, the one receiving it, people who observe it, feel that there's something divine about that. That is the most divine thing in the entire world, is to do an act of chesed. And thus it sometimes opens up people's minds and hearts to the world of Torah and mitzvos. This connects us to the other interpretation of the word Va'anvehu. The other interpretation of the commentaries in Chumash is that va'anveu is related to the word na'eh, nun aleph hey. And it means Zek Heli Va'anveu, this is my God, and I will beautify him. I will make him beautiful. How do we make Hashem beautiful so that others see Hashem as beautiful? It is by being those who are identified as those who believe in Hashem and serve Hashem and do acts of chesed and are loving and kind and considerate and giving and supportive. People see this is the ways of the Torah. This is the ways of Hashem. It makes Hashem beautiful to them. Again, acts of chesed bring people closer to the Torah. Even people who are, again, already committed to the Torah, and who are living Torah and mitzvah lives. But when we do chesed, or receive chesed, or witness chesed, it inspires us. It inspires us to connect more to the attribute of chesed, but inspires us to connect more to Hashem, because we are touched by something godly. Chesed, every act of chesed, is a Beis HaMikdash, is a holy temple. We don't do it to bring people closer to the Torah. We don't do it to make Hashem beautiful. Then there's self-interest. Every act of chesed should be done sincerely from a motivation of love. But we should know that part of the incredible chain reaction of positivity that every act of chesed creates, every act of chesed does not only create and generate more chesed, but it creates and generates more connection to Hashem, more divine presence in the world. And that is part of the great exclamation of the Jewish people, Zek Heli Vanveu, this is my God. I will beautify him. I will make him an abode in this world. And I will do that by performing acts of loving kindness. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.